I had known you for some time now, but only in fragments. Lantern light, Oktoberfest laughter that lingered a little longer than it should have, arrows striking targets with that soft, steady thud, like something finding its place. Messages, practice times, kids, ordinary things that shouldn't have meant anything, but somehow did. A constellation of almost. Moments scattered across time, bright but distant, never close enough to form something whole. Never a full sky, not until that night. The night I asked you for help. It wasn't soft, it wasn't poetic, there was no clever way to say it, no way to dress it up so it didn't feel like what it was. Need. The kind people don't like to admit. The kind that cracks open your voice just enough to reveal what you've been holding together on your own. I asked if you would make sure my daughter and I were safe. Just that. Simple words, carrying the weight of everything I didn't say out loud. The fear, the uncertainty, the quiet calculation of risk that mothers make without ever letting it show. And you didn't hesitate. Not even for a breath. You didn't ask for details first, didn't measure the inconvenience, didn't step back to decide if it was yours to carry. You just said you would. Like the answer had already been decided somewhere inside you long before I asked. And then you showed up. And that matters more than most people understand, because the world was quiet that night. Not peaceful, no. It was the kind of quiet that presses in on you where every sound feels too sharp, too loud, too close. The kind of quiet that reminds you how thin safety really is. But when you stepped into that space, something shifted. Not dramatically, no grand entrance, no heroic moment, just enough. Like a door closing between danger and the people you love, like something unseen deciding they're not alone anymore. And you stood there, steady, grounded, calm, like this wasn't extraordinary to you, like protecting someone wasn't a favor you were doing, just something you were. And I saw you, really saw you, for the first time. Not the man under lantern lights, not the coach at the range, not the voice behind the messages, not the advice I needed on house projects, not the friend I'd friend-zoned for years, but the man who answers, the man who shows up. And that realization, it didn't hit all at once. It settled, slow, deep, like something finding its way into a place it had been searching for. A friend finally waking and realizing what was in front of them all along. We talked that night, not in fragments, not between noise and distraction, just us. The kind of conversation that doesn't rush, that doesn't perform, that doesn't need to be anything except real. Hours passing without permission. The first time we existed in the same quiet without the world interrupting. And somewhere in that stillness between your voice and the way the air felt different when you were near, something inside me shifted. Because the truth is, I had started falling for you long before that night. Back under those lanterns when you listened like my life mattered. Back in the small messages that carried pieces of you had to give. But this was different. This was the moment you became real to me. Because real love doesn't always begin in sparks. It doesn't always arrive loud and undeniable. Sometimes it begins in safety, in the quiet exhale you didn't realize you'd been holding, in the steady presence of someone who stands beside you without needing to be asked twice, in the way fear loosens its grip just because they're there. And when the night began to close, when the air turned colder and the quiet softened into something gentler, you hugged me. Just a hug. Nothing anyone else would have stopped to notice. No audience, no meaning assigned, but for me it was everything, because your arms around me felt like standing in the center of something vast and unseen, something that didn't need words to exist, something that just said, you're safe here, I've got you, you're not carrying this alone anymore. And I didn't want to let go, not because of the moment, but because of what it meant. Because in that space, in that quiet, unspoken exchange, something locked into place inside me. The man I met under the lantern lights, the one who listened like my story mattered, the one who showed up without hesitation, the one standing there holding me like it was the most natural thing in the world, was no longer a collection of moments. He was whole, and somehow, without asking permission, without making a sound, my heart had already chosen him. And that night, not not in fireworks, not in confession, not in anything the world would recognize I fell, in the security of the safety you provided us, not suddenly, not recklessly, but completely.